Okay, welcome back to What Arty Noobs, and this is the second video I'm doing. It's not the American line just yet, I'll do that later. I'm actually going to be doing the lower tier Arties, that is the tier 3, 4 and 5. Now I've loaded in the Sturmpanzer I Bison, which is the lowest tier RT with stun capability, which means it's the lowest tier RT which has got the new shells. You can't get anything lower than this. As you know, it's based on the Panzer I so it's actually one of the earliest RTs that was seen in the war, and they were seen in both Russia and also in the invasion of France. In fact, there's a rather famous picture of one of these passing a KV-2 that's just been captured. Okay, game started. Now, I'm not going to move very far from the cap circle on this, so I'm going to start off this game. Oh, now that sounds like the enemy just tried a quick pot shot at me straight off. And I have the feeling that it might be the Sexton. Now you can see my maximum range is not that far away. And there's a lot of bots in this game. Most of the players are bots. I'm looking at the team list right now. There's only one player who's not a bot. Oh, two actually. We've got the Sexton II and their FCM 36 Pack 40. Okay, we've got some enemy in sight over here. Long time to dial in on this Arty in order to make it effective, but we'll try and get accurate shooting if we can. Okay, I think that's this guy here, I think. Moving about a fair bit. Rounds out. Well, I got some damage. Not a lot, and he's sitting there waiting for the next shot. Say, I can see the FCM 36 Pack 40 is in the middle of the field at the moment. I'm still focusing on this 10TP, should be aiming for the 36, so I'm going to go over here. Yes, he's actually moved. That's a real player, the FCM 36 Pack 40. Not really surprising that somebody would actually play a premium. Can I get a shot in? Not easy. He's coming around this corner. In fact, actually, it's rather annoying because I've got no shots here at all. So I'm going to have to move out of... You have to press the shift key to come out of aim view. Normally, it just you could just click on virtually any other button to get out of aim view. Now I'm going to move over to here to the garages. Now I might get spotted as I'm crossing this area here. Yes, I have been. Luckily none of the enemy have got a shot at the moment, but that 10TP looks dangerous and he is getting close. Now hopefully my teammates will actually protect me. I've got no shot here. Oh, and there's the Sexton. Yep, I got the, you can see I got the warning that a shell was coming in, but the warning was so little, so late, that there was not a lot I could do about it. So the Sexton did see me and targeted me specifically because I was a real player. The only other real player we've got on our team is that SU-26. Now I've no doubt he's been spotted. He's going after that 10TP. He's not... I don't think the Sexton can hit him at the moment. And it does look as if our team are going to lose this game. The FCM 36 Pack 40 has been carving through our tanks. He's got 4 kills already. Yeah, I think this is a case of somebody who's actually seal clubbing. I don't think he gives a care about the test being realistic at all. He's just doing it for the sheer thrill of wiping out as many enemy tanks as he can. Actually, somebody's just wiped him out. Yep, he's now amongst the dead with 4 kills. The Su-26, as you've seen just recently, we've got a video of one of the only remaining Su-26s that exists. It is basically just an A-26, the British tank, that's been modified with an artillery piece mounted on top of it with a shield. And it looks pretty... Oh, you can see the Arty tracer there. It looks a pretty flimsy Arty in many ways, but if you consider the fact that back in the 20s, because it was designed in around about 1926 or thereabouts, that it was actually quite an innovative Arty for its time. And of course it was a mobile Arty, so it could get about, whereas on its own, whereas most artillery pieces at the same time were actually horse-drawn, and so they couldn't move about by their own volition. They couldn't just sort of like switch the engine on and drive off. They'd have to be connected up to the horses. Now that Su-26 is not looking, and there's a pair of enemy tanks looking at him. Well, I think he's more than likely going to get taken out by that D2. Yeah, he's got the sexton can see him. You can see the tracer. He's obviously right next door to the church. And if he stays where he is, he's going to get another sexton round, and this time round he will die. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this guy is not really taking part in the test either. He's just being a complete nutter. You can see the warning, and this shell does hit and kill. So you can see he got 3 warnings that he was being targeted. The shell arrived. I think the warning actually goes off when the shell is fired, and you only get to learn about the shell a few seconds later when it hits you. So if you can fire from one end of the battlefield to another, you're going to get a 4-second warning. And you can see the sexton's continuing to fire every time he reloads. Luckily he's actually targeting that T-70. So we actually get to see what he's aiming at. T-70's gone into the shed, the railway shed. So the sexton can't target him now. So the sexton will be looking elsewhere. Well, the T-70 is not really bothered about resetting, and he is in sight of the sexton again. Pulls back into cover. No warning yet, so the sexton's probably dialing in on him at this moment. There's only 2 enemies left, the Keeney and this T-70. I would expect the sexton to be aiming in this direction. Unless, of course, he's actually going after the Keeney. They're not going to respond to the cat, though. Bots are too stupid to do that. Here's the Keeney. I'm surprised he didn't see the sexton actually there. Yeah, I'm afraid these bots, the ones that Wargaming have put in, are pretty dreadful. They are getting kills. I mean, there's quite a few bots there that have got kills. You can see that the game's over, and so this one is a loss. So really my fault for driving across an open field, being spotted, and then allowing the sexton to get a kill. But there you go. And let's have a look at the end of battle results. I did get some damage on one of the enemy tanks, so not a complete loss. Yep, it was only the 10 TP that I actually hit. I got 104 hit points, which put me way, way, way down. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake, just driving across an open field. In fact, the Su-26 got less damage than I did. And yeah, as you can see, this guy here was a seal clubber, and he got a high caliber out of it. Obviously a Russian. It says RU, so it's on the RU server. And yeah, I don't find any satisfaction in for him just going around seal clubbing everybody in existence. In fact, I think it's rather ridiculous that he's doing that, because he must realise they want to have a proper test. They don't want to have somebody just going around seal clubbing everything, because that wouldn't happen in an actual battle anyway with all these... well, it shouldn't happen anyway. But I suppose it's because there's bots. So I will carry this test on in the next vehicle, which will be the Su-5, and seems Reggie's attacking his bell, so I'm going to have to take it away from him. Okay, to the next battle. Okay, next game, Su-5, the Tier 4 Soviet SPG. Yet again, I'm in a game with a load of bots. There's 3 real players on either side. A T-67, a Fifi on one side, and they also have a Hetzer, who are live players. I suspect that the T-67 and the Fifi between them will probably carve up most of our team. Our team has got a Death Toaster and a Panzer III-4 as real players, as well as myself. Seeing as I'm in the Su-5, I'm going to have to position myself near to the village, near to the cap. I'm a short range Arty. Again, based on the A26, the Su-5. It's that unmistakable chassis and suspension system. Now the good news is, because I'm a mortar, I can fire up and over these rocks, or should be able to. Situate myself in this bush and then hope that I can get shots at the enemy. Panzer III-4 has actually done a quick dart over here, and the tree went down, so there is an enemy in residence. There he is. It's the Panzer III-J, which is a bot. The best I can do at the moment is lay a shell next to him, but I'm not going to fire because I can't get a shot directly on target, and I've only got a limited number of shells. There is a live player. That is the Hetzer. Rounds out. Direct hit for 158. Okay, we've got 2 players now, but one of them's a bot, the other one's a live player. I'm going to follow the live player here. And another hit. Tracked him as well, which can't be very comfortable if you're in a Hetzer. Can't see him anymore. I will give one quick shot in this direction. He's moved. Okay, the Largo is the next one I can see, but there's a Valentine II as well. Now, see what the Valentine does. If he stops in that corner, he does. Rounds out. Nope. Wasn't fully dialed in. That's why I didn't have as much accuracy as I was like. I'll get another chance. Okay, is he going to stop? Yes, there we go. Oh. I got a piece of him. He's been tracked. Now let's just hope that he can keep him tracked whilst I load the next shell and then fire immediately. Rounds out straight away. Yep, big hit. And he's gone. Okay, where's that Hetzer? There he is. That's the live player, and he just takes out the guy. He's got the derp gun. But I might be able to get him if he does something predictable. Oh, that's not a good shot. Yes, he knows I'm targeting him because he immediately went back to cover. Okay, there's the tank to attack. Yep, got him. You didn't see the tracer that time, but it definitely got him. Okay, we've got a BT-7. This is a bot. Probably not the best target to aim at because he's a fast mover. Okay, I just saw the tracer from the enemy Arty because he's over in the northwest corner. Unfortunately, we lost the Panzer III. Oh, we just saw the tracer clearly there from the enemy. There's the one of the enemy bots. It's the Panzer 38 nur Art. Rounds out. I've got a piece of him. Can you get another round into him? I think he's headed this way. Oh, got a bit of rescue bloom. Okay, I can see where he is now. You can actually see on the minimap he's in sight, but he's out of range, so I can't hit him, but I know where he is. Okay, we've got the BT-7 somewhere in these bushes. Go back to the new art. There he is. He's much closer to me. Oh, he's trying the same move again. Almost like he's trying to commit suicide, this guy. Unfortunately, I've got no shot because he's I've got a red line at the moment. Which I could actually hit him. You can see the Arty is definitely having a go. I'm going to go back to that BT-7. He's sitting in the bushes here, unmolested. And I'm going to molest him. Okay, let it dial in. And rounds out. Oh, that went way longer than it should have. RNG said, no way is that hitting the aim point. I'm using premium shells now because I've run out of the standard ones. Rounds out again. And again, no joy. Okay, that T-67 here is a live player. He's right on the edge of my range. And I thought I could see the tracer coming from much closer. So it looks like the Fifi has been moving. Rounds out the T-67. Yep, he's definitely moving. I'm actually going to move myself because I have the feeling the enemy's headed this way. Yes, I've been spotted. So I am going to attract a lot of enemy fire now. Most likely from the Fifi first. That's the good thing about the Sandbox, is you can put the large repair kits and first aid kits in the game. Okay, I'm going to head directly over there. You can see that the Fifi has changed targets already. He realises he's not going to get me. And although I took a round from the B1, now I might be able to get shots on the enemy from over here. Okay, now we know where he is. He's actually over here somewhere, the enemy Arty. Oh, and we just spotted the exact spot I think he's in, which is just about here I think, but I've only got 5 rounds left. So, and there's, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And yeah, I'm out of the game. And they must have seen me. And that's it, end of game. So another loss, I'm afraid. I guess I shouldn't have moved to this bush. I should have kept on going towards the enemy cap area and tried to shotgun the Fifi. Bots are notoriously bad at capping. They have a tendency not to cap. In fact, in the only battle that I played yesterday, where I actually did have to cap in the SU-122A, the bot joined me in the cap. So I missed out on getting an invader medal simply because he followed me to the cap and sat in it. Oh, there you go. The Fifis picked up a high caliber, so another bit of seal clubbing by SAP77 of the RU server. I only got the 1 kill in the game, but it was a satisfying one because it, if I remember correctly, it was our little friend the Hetzer, who was also a live player. So I was doing my best to take out my human opponents rather than the bots. It looks like our Panzer III-4 was bot killing. Anyway, again, not going to make a profit because I'm using consumables. Doesn't matter about profit. What matters is about XP really that you earn. And we can see here very low on XP, but then I didn't do a huge amount of damage compared to the others. But there you go, that's the battle in the SU-5. I will rejoin you when I go into battle with the next Arty, which is going to be the SU-122. Alright, now the next battle is the SU-122A on steps. And looking at the team list, we do have a number of live players in this one. Only 5 bots and a full complement, so that means 10 live players and 5 bots. The enemy Arty is a Fifi. There's only one. As we know, the Fifis do not actually have the same, they have the same ammunition they've always had. They haven't had any changes in their ammunition from this Sandbox. Usual traffic jam from the other players. I think some of them actually resent Arty so much that they're actually willing to ram you at the start of the game. Now you might wonder why I'm going to this open position over here, which is kind of unusual. But I found at the start of this game that it's actually quite beneficial sometimes to not go to the usual spots. Okay, so I got a piece of him. And he's dead. Okay, press reload. Not that any of them will take notice. Oh, we've got a couple of tanks over here. KV-2 and a Churchill 3. I think I'll have a piece of that KV-2. We're almost dialed in. Rounds out. Well, that probably did a bit of damage, maybe splash, I don't know. Okay, a few seconds to go before I'm loaded. He has lost some hit points, so he might have been damaged by me. But I'm going to have another go. Oh, he's dead. Now, can I get a shot on that Churchill 3? Which way is he turning? He's going this way. Okay, rounds out. Okay, we've got a TOG coming straight down the centre. Not a care in the world, but we're in reload. That was the M7 dying. Okay, TOG's next. Definitely going to take this TOG. We're losing players like mad over the other side of the battlefield, but we are winning this game. And I'm almost loaded. Nice hit on his turret. He is a little live player, so he's not happy about that. He was looking in my direction, which is usual response, because as I said in that post that I made, it's revenge frustration theory that is what caused the resentment for Arty. That's why people hate Arty. It's because they can't fire back at us. Rounds out. Oh, fell short. I think that's because that last hasty move right at the end worked against me. But I know he's there on that spot. question is, how long will he remain there? I think the T-78 and the M7 are looking at him, and so I might be able to place a round through his side if he stays in that spot. Round's out. No, well, we didn't see where that round went at all. I'm backing up a bit. We're reasonably safe on this side of the battlefield. Looks like we are going to win this game. Still want this TOG. T-78's gone in to get the kill. He's going to get it unless I do. Oh, he's gone. Okay, which means that there's only one enemy left. It's this M4A1 over on the other side of the battlefield, which is going to be a long-range shot for me. Is it a live player? Yes, it is. We'll fire around into that spot to see if he's there. Long way off from the aim point. Well outside. He was there though. And he just killed our KV-2R. I suspect he's going to try and get back to get a reset, but he knows we've got inbound tanks. So he's going to stay in this vicinity. Oh, bam, damn. I went to the edge there. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Rounds out. No. He's a good player. He's managed to take down 4 of us so far. But I think he's going to die very shortly. There he is. They're not in a hurry to catch him. The KV-2 is moving in very, very slowly. If he doesn't spot him soon, I'm going to have to start moving. Yeah. He's coming this way. There he is. Okay, let's see if I can get dialed in on him. Oh! I was about to shoot as well. Well, he beat me to it there. I was having to concentrate to get this fully aimed in. And yes, he's gone. So it is a victory. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. The SU-122A is one of the most underestimated arties in the game, really. It's a fairly easy arty to mark, simply because so few people like it or play it. And you can see I managed to get 469 hit points of damage, 403 XP, not very high, not particularly high at all. Yeah, not a great game. Oskin's medal went to that M4A1. He did fairly well, 5 kills. And the best on our team was that Cromwell, who didn't get the highest damage. That went to the T-78, but then that is an OP tank destroyer. And the Cromwell, yeah, he just was clearing up after other people. You can see that I did get a hit on that KV-2R, 24 hit points from the splash. But relatively bad game in many sense for me for the SU-122. I did much better in another game I played recently. But anyway, that's the SU-122A game. I'll now go to the next one with the new shells, and that I think is the Sturmpanzer II Bison, and I think it is still called the Bison. And yeah, we've got this Arty in the game. There's another Sturmpanzer that they actually built, was the Sturmpanzer III, which of course you may have seen pictures of. I've actually put pictures of it up, which is actually based on the Panzer III hull, and it looks kind of sleeker than the Spy, which is obviously based on the Panzer II. And so it looks like it's a faster Arty, the III, but I haven't been able to find any reference to the Sturmpanzer III anywhere in the references, but it's definitely based on the Panzer III, so no doubt about that whatsoever. I believe all the Sturmpanzers were lost, and some of them were in the North African desert, so probably wrecks still out there. Some of the tanks that fought out in those wars, they never recovered them because they were so far away from civilization that they just left them as scrap, and over time they've rusted and deteriorated, because it does rain in the desert, actually, funnily enough, occasionally, and with the sun and the cold, I suspect that oxidation of these wrecks has probably taken place, and they're almost pieces of rust. Anyway, let's have a go, and I'll come back to you when the next battle is entering. Okay, next battle is starting. There's only 2 live players on either team. Both the live ones on the enemy team have got T-28E with the F-30 gun, and on my team I've only got one with the T-28E with the F-30, and of course myself and the Sturmpanzer II. So again, I think this is going to be a bit of a one-sided game, because you know how OP the T-28E with the F-30 is, because it's an 85mm gun in a tier 4 tank. Capable of doing 180, I think it's 180 or 160 alpha. It's a one-shot killer. Now, I think what I'll do for the starters is head off towards the horseshoe. This Arty relatively short range, so I'm going to have to be fairly close to the enemy in order to hit them. This should do. Okay, we've got one of the live players is headed this way. I'm going to risk a shot there. Oh, direct hit. So he definitely felt that. And my live player is actually taken up position. Unfortunately, I've got no more shots on that guy. And there's the other live player. He's probably in communication with the other one. I wouldn't be surprised. And I got a piece of him, which is not going to make him too happy. Okay, I'm going to take out this live player. He's just taken out one of ours, M8A1. If he stays where he is, if I don't, I'll get the M8A1 that's next to him. Damn, lost sight of him. There we go. Keep following this one for the moment. Lost sight of him. It was worth a speculative shot there. And yes, he is in the vicinity. I reckon I can get this guy because he doesn't seem to want to move away. And he must realise he's going to be a target. Yeah, almost out of hit points now. One near miss should be enough to finish him off. Kehoe's getting close to me. He's gone. Okay, there's a Kehoe. In fact, I think that one's been hit before. Okay, we've got the second one. Oh, was seen. Okay, there's the T-70. Don't want any reticule bloom. Nope, went long. Okay, out to the Arty view. Destroying the Panzer 38. 38 nur Art. Whoa! Was seen. Need to get me down into this dip. It's the T-80. Okay, dial in, dial in. No. Come on, guys. Lost sight of him. Didn't go closer to him because he could take me out fairly easily. The trouble with bots is once they've locked on and they've seen you, they will fire at you until you are dead, unless you move away from them. Okay, our guys are moving up, so we should get a sighting of him. There he is. Now let's hope that he moves. He is moving. Yep, got a hit. Okay. Let's go, because I think the M8A1 has pulled back and I've got two lights ahead of me, so they should be able to find him. And if they don't, I'm going to go to the cap and start capping out. Going to take the low ground. I think you can see that the standard shell just does less damage, but it does still do damage. The Arty does perform very much as it did before. Obviously, it's just giving away the signal every time you target somebody. And the moment you fire, they get the sound detection warning. But the first they know about the shell is a few seconds later when it arrives. Of course, the one thing that I am a bit annoyed about is the trajectory. So Wargaming, you're going to have to do something about that, because you can't have lower trajectory, because it would actually screw up some of the Artys so badly they wouldn't be able to perform correctly. They'd be performing like French Arty all the time. Okay, that it went to overhead view. against my desire there. Okay, come on, dial in. So I've got a piece of him there. Okay, I think he's immobilized at the moment. Stay where you are and I will have you. No, he's determined to move. Okay, rounds out. Got him. Okay, let's get to the cap. We could actually kill all of the enemy, but I just don't want to take a risk, I suppose, at this stage. They're all bots. Yeah, the M5's capping. Okay, well, we'll start killing all the enemy. We'll do no cap kill all. Unfortunately, such a short range Arty that I'm having to get a lot closer before I can get a shot on them. This is the Schwer Artillery, the Schwer Feldhawitzer, Field Howitzer. Okay, that's it. I think that's close enough. He's within range. Targeting. I'm only going to get one shot because they've capped out. Rounds out. And I get a piece of him. That's it. End of game. 4 kills. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. A little bit better this game. I'm surprised that the T-28E with the F-30s didn't try to prosecute it a little stronger and actually go after me and the other live player. And we got a high caliber. Thank you. Yes, I don't need that. Affirmative. Okay, let's have a look at the details. Well, my teammate, my fellow human, who's on the Russian server, Oleg Nick 1, didn't survive the battle, but he did get a kill. And the best they had was that T-28E with the F-30, who I was firing against. At least I think that's the one I was firing against. Yes, it is. Yep, I killed their best player, but he did get a nice amount of hit points. I think he went down the south route because he probably thought that, yes, there'd be easy picking amongst the bots, but didn't think that, yeah, there'd be an Arty around who could strip his hit points away slowly and take him out of the game. 643, by the way, not much in the way of XP, considering 4 kills and the high caliber. Yeah, that's a bit odd, but then it is a tier 4 game, so what else do you expect? Again, ignore credits. This is what's really counts. 643. And so total damage. Well, it behaved like a Sturmpanzer II should behave. Obviously less damage. That's the only problem. Every shot I was firing doing less. Okay, so that's the end of the Sturmpanzer II. Which is the next Arty, which is going to have... Oh, Reggie's... He seems to be very talkative today. The next one is going to be the Grille. And you always seem to get bots in these games. This is why I didn't include this in the German tech tree yesterday when I did the last video. Okay, so I'll come back to you when we're loading in. Okay, next game is now starting. Again, 3 live players and the rest are bots. There's a very long wait, a very long queue for tier 5, tier 4, tier 3. So yes, if you are going to play on the Sandbox in the lower tiers, expect to wait some time, because I think you're going to have to, they're going to have to put together a number of live players and of course loads and loads of bots, because there's just not enough to conduct the test otherwise. Okay, Grille. Based on the Panzer 38T. Same hull used for the Marders. In fact, difference between this and a Marder is basically just the gun. If you take the howitzer, the Schwer howitzer off the Grille and mount a a standard pack gun, you've got yourself a tank destroyer. I seem to recall that they had one of these at Tank Fest a while back. But it's very rare to see one of these appear with the howitzer nowadays. I think most people like to convert it to the to Armada instead. Okay, we're going to usual position now. Interesting. You notice there that we've got two Arty on our team, the Fifi, and you can see the tracer appears to be going through the sky and coming towards. I'm staying out of Arty view at the moment. Yes, you can see there's definitely an Arty duel going on from this area of the map, but it's outside my range. Okay, so if we do see the enemy Arty, I will divert to that. In the meantime, this Turan is getting my attention. Oh, you can see exactly where he is now. He is definitely in that spot there. Yeah, you can see that stunned him. It landed actually behind him. You didn't see much of the tracer at the point it impacted. Oh, there's more tracer. So you can see how easy it is to spot the enemy tracer, to know where they are. And that guy just killed an M7 on our team. And again, the shell landed behind him. I'm going to divert attention now to the Churchill. He's going to be much easier to damage. Okay, I've just saw where the other Arty is. You can see the tracers originating from the aim points. One of them's in the TD spot. Yeah, one of them is definitely over here. There he is. Unfortunately, he's outside my range. I'm going to change positions. I might be able to get him. Okay, now, is he inside my range now? Yes, he is. He's around about here, I think. It's a Fifi. There's two Fifis on their team. Yeah, he's actually a little further back. You can see this. You don't see the tracer for the first 100 yards or so. So it's actually fairly difficult to work out precisely where he is. I'm going to attack that T-34. He's just getting way too close. Damn, lost sight of him. The Chaffee, the guy's being targeted by the Arty as well. I need him to move up and find. There's the T-34. Okay. Okay, got him. No, that Turan, is he live player or not? He's the live player. The bot, the Chaffee is a bot. So I'm going to be in a bit danger here. Okay, he's gone. Oh, Arty looks like it was heading my direction or thereabouts. Covenanter looks like he's going this way. Okay, direct hit on him. He's moving off. That was the Chaffee, and he's my eyes and ears, so I've got to go. I've got no choice. If I stay around here, I'm not going to last very long. I need to get over to the far east side of the map. We just lost the Fifi, taken out by their Fifi. I'm not so sure if the bots will chase me at the moment. The question is, who's... No, they are bots. The light tanks are bots on their side. The only one that's a live player is their Fifis. So their Fifis at this moment are probably blind. Can't see where I am. Oh no, they know where I am, alright. But we're probably going to get warning. That's the Leopard. Unfortunately, he's a bot. And unfortunately, he's also got the 5cm gun. And I'm gone. I didn't leave soon enough. Killed by a bot. I thought the bots wouldn't chase me, but they obviously did. Okay, the remaining players on our team are all bots, so I don't expect them to come back and reset the cap. It looks like the enemy Arty, the Fifis, are now using heat rounds because that one didn't cause an explosion. That OI is obviously spotted. They're now targeting the Excelsior. He's gone. Only 2 remaining. T67 is trying to get resets, funny enough. Oh! And he's just got wiped out by the Fifi, who are obviously seal clubbing. 2 kills apiece. Mind you, I got 2 kills, so I can't talk. And it looks to me like whoever was in the cap has left the cap. So it's no cap kill all, but there you go, there's the last kill. And again, it's one of the Fifis who got the kill. So this one's a loss, but at least I got a couple of kills out of it. I just stayed too long in the same spot and the Leopard got me. Just wait for the end of battle results to come up. Yeah, bit of damage, a couple of kills. At least I killed a live player there. That's a real player, the Turan. And he's somebody who actually did get kills on the enemy, as on our team. Yep, there he is, the Turan. He was their best player, and I took him out. Yep. At least I get the satisfaction of knowing I took him out, but this is the guy who was doing a lot of damage. The Leopard, 2 kills. Not bad, actually, considering he's a bot. There you go. And I'm second best on the team. I was the best one. He was a bot. So sometimes the bots can be good, and sometimes they are not. Okay, that's the Grille. These ones have they've got the standard ammo because it's below 15cm. So you're not going to see any appreciable difference in the game. The next one we will see a difference in is the M41 HMC, and I have played a game in this before. Unfortunately, I lost, but it was interesting. It's a Prokhorovka game. So I will join you again when we load into the game. Okay, next battle is now loading, and in this one it appears we've got 5 players, 5 real players. On our team we've got a T67, myself in the M41, somebody in a Fifi, a Hetzer, and a Panzer IV B. On the enemy team, they've got a BDR G1B, a Grille, a Fifi, a Hetzer, and a Sturmpanzer II. Okay, so this is going to be quite interesting. Okay, B1's coming down, which is weird. And it was a bad decision for him. Their Hetz is a live player. And he's dead. So, how was your gaming experience? Brief. Sorry, but I have to laugh at that. Sometimes you say, why? You know, why did they make the decision they did? Because it was just so awful. Rounds out. The BDR, which of course is their live player. It's another live player there in the game. Somebody please spot him. It would be rather nice to lay this egg on top of him. Rounds out. Hopefully they will. Oh, there he is. And no, I didn't do any damage. We can see where their Arty is. It's in the northeast corner of the map. Rounds out. He pulls away just after I fire. Now, we didn't see any tracer there, did we? Yep, their Arty is definitely up way over here in the corner of the map. There he is. I think you can actually work it out from the tracer. His general position. I think that's the Fifi. Well, if that didn't hit him, it certainly would have been close. Yep, he's definitely sitting there. And he's still firing away. I'm going to give him another go. It looks like he's moved. Okay, the BDR's got to go. Nice direct hit. Always like that big whack noise you get when you hit something hard. There you go. Please keep him in sight. Damn, he just killed someone. Yep, another hit. He's obviously not a happy bunny at the moment. I've hit him twice. And he's out the game. And it was our Fifi who got the kill. Okay, now let's have a look. We've got a 14 TP and an M8A1 up this end. I'm not fully dialed in, but I'll give it a go. Oh, he stopped. That's annoying. He probably got advance warning I was about to shoot. And you can hear Reggie singing in the background. He is one of the few birds in the world who can't carry a tune. I'm afraid he is absolutely tone deaf. I don't know if you know, but birds actually are born with the ability, genetic ability, to actually sing certain songs, which are the mating calls. And it's a genetic memory that they hold because they pass it on to their young. Their young never hear the, even if they've never heard their parents making the mating call, would still make the same noise. There we go. He's gone. I have heard Reggie's mating call. But he rarely does it. Oh, that one's gone. Good. Okay, so we've only got these two over here. Rather surprised that I've not received any counter battery at all. It's a bit frustrating because normally in the other battles we were getting loads of counter battery, and I wanted to give you an experience of what it was like, because it's really bad. It is hectic, to say the least. Because when you are under fire, they don't give up. And you have to keep relocating. Otherwise you will die very promptly. I'm presuming he's still there. Rouse out. No, it appears he's moved. Oh, their Arty just killed ours. No, battle assistance letting me down here. It hasn't got the stability of the other battle assistant that we've got from the other website. Oh, good kill there by the Fifi. Still can't see the T95. We know he's in there somewhere. Waiting for our T95 to move up. Scores have evened up now. I would go mobile and start Arty hunting, but at this moment I think I'm better off firing from a fixed position. Okay, what's he going to do? He's staying behind that rock, and I can't hit him there, but I can hit him here. Rounds out. Nope. Okay, well now I've just realised I've actually switched to the premium type rounds. Trajectory is not good here. Damn. You have to get it really close because the burst radius is very small on... oh, he's satellite. That's excellent. Now we can go mobile. I'm going to go the flat route, which is going up through the northwest corner, because at least with the flat route I don't get stuck down in the valley with somebody shooting down on me. They've only got 3 RT and an AMX-40 who's currently in sight. Okay. I'm hoping the T80 and his teammate, the 14 TP, are going to spot that AMX-40 very shortly. There he is. Thank you very much. Can see the tracer from the Arty. He's pulled back because he is very low on hit points. 6 minutes left in the game. My Fifi teammate seems to have done very well. Oh, the enemy Fifi has killed our 14 TP. So yeah, I'm going to have to go the flat route. The worry is going to be approaching the enemy Fifi. I'm hoping that my Fifi is going to be able to take out whoever I approach, because unfortunately the M41 is not really quick enough. They've lost their duck, which means now it's just an tanks versus Arty, and the Fifi is now moving down into the valley. Now on the approach I'm doing, their Fifi might get sight of me as I'm approaching, in which case I might have to weave and go down into the valley for protection. Okay, now I'm in danger. As I get closer and closer, that view, 390 meter view range, and the Fifi, yeah, there he is. They've spotted me. Oh, and he got me very quickly. So he did see me as soon as I went round that corner, and I wasn't able to get out of the way. You saw I got very little warning. He is definitely somewhere up there. Trouble is now with bots, it's going to be very difficult to get the bots to go to the cap. I thought that I'd actually get some chance to at least weave out the way before he actually hit me. I didn't expect him to hit me very first shot. Thought he might miss with one shot and give me a chance. That's not a good move. Knocking a tree down does tell the enemy where you are. The enemy Fifi, of course, is going to be waiting for the Type 95 and the T80 to start moving towards the cap, in which case he's going to then take them out. Well, the Sturmpanzer II is probably going to die. And he's safe from the Fifi at the moment. Oh! And the Fifi just killed our T80. Oh, we now know where one of them is. Yes, he is over here. So he must have been a lot closer than I thought when I went round that corner. He was probably in grid square A6, making his way to our cap. They've only got the Grille and the Fifi left, so I suspect that the Grille is still up there in that corner. Oh, there he is. And yeah, okay, so there's only one left on our team there. He obviously came back to protect his cap. Now this guy's on the RU server, so I'm not going to be typing in Russian to warn him, but I think he knows what actually happened. I do have a Cyrillic keyboard, but it's in the other room actually, fun enough. But I haven't got the Cyrillic key settings loaded in, so even if I was, even if I did have it available to hand. And I'm pretty sure actually my Cyrillic keyboard actually has the PS4 connector, not the USB socket. So luckily our Fifi is full health, but how long he'll remain full health I don't know, especially if he's up against the Grille as well. Fifi probably turned tail and headed straight towards our cap, and well, it's going to be a draw unless he finds both, and I don't think he can find both in the time, so I think yes, it's going to be a draw unless of course he gets killed. Enemy Fifi is probably at this moment hiding somewhere. There he is. He is making his way towards our cap, which is a bit silly really, because there's no way if he's going to be able to cap out. I know he's been spotted, and he knows he's been spotted. Come on, you're going to have to do better. He's not stopped to shoot yet. He's still headed this way. There's a bit of him. I think he'll stop to shoot now. And we've got to wait for that Grille to open up. Okay, I think he got a hit there, and it is a draw. Just goes to show that unless you have Arty in the game, you could end up with stalemate sometimes, with tanks facing off against each other and not being able to defeat the other. But even when you do have Arty, sometimes it can be a draw, simply because they just can't move fast enough to get to the other side. Okay, well, the enemy Fifi was obviously very good because he actually got a crucial contribution in collaboration with the BDR and the Grille. The Grille was a fairly good player, but we didn't hear from him at the end. Don't know why he didn't open fire on our Fifi. I always thought he would, but anyway, that's very unusual to see a crucial contribution, high caliber and a top gun. So well done to their player, but he's obviously seal clubbing, as I'm saying, because there's no changes to that in the Arty with these changes, so that the Fifi will still be the same. And I think that's mainly because Wargaming are afraid of their contractual obligations. If they sold a Fifi based on its specific parameters, its ability to carry premium ammo and to fire at the rate that it does, they really can't change anything. So, you know, they put themselves in a bit of a pickle, in a corner. Somebody would be able to sue them for the if they changed the Fifi in any way, because then they'd have them under the Trade Descriptions Act in any particular country that does have such an act, and they do in the UK. I think they do in America as well. So Wargaming don't want to make any changes, because if they open the door to somebody getting a payout because they change anything specific, then obviously other people would do the same for other premium tanks every time they get altered, which is one of the reasons why, despite the changes in Arty in 1.8, they never changed anything on the Fifi, because they were obligated to keep it the same. I know some might say, oh well, you know, they have changed premium tanks, they've buffed them, or they've nerfed them a little. But it is a very difficult thing for Wargaming to do, because if you sold something on a specific set of characteristics, you have to maintain those characteristics, or you will come a cropper according to the law. So not a great battle, but I'm in the top 3. Yeah. Okay, well, I suppose that was just basically an average battle, and I made a tactical error because that Fifi had actually moved and he got closer. I actually did hit him. Is that the player? Yes, it is. I did hit him once. I only got 8 hit points off. When I was doing the counter battery, I landed one shell near him. I stunned him, but it forced him to move. I also hit the guerrillas, so they must have been sitting virtually next door to each other. And I probably saw the tracer from one and hit the other. That's funny. Maybe that was where I thought that he'd moved, and it was actually a different Arty altogether. There you go. That's the Gorilla. That's the M41 rather. What's next? Well, no change in this one because it's 105. That's a 105. 105. The Fifi, of course, which still has the premium ammo. Same configuration I always have, which is 48 HE 2 heat rounds, just in case and for the bit of fun. The Sexton 2, Sexton 1 is still showing with the same characteristics. Birch gun, Bishop. Okay, so that's the end of this video then. We've done all the Arties below tier 5, or tier 5 and below, who have changes to their ammo. So the next video is going to be on the American Arty. So we'll start with the M44 and work our way upwards.